Good morning and welcome again to Story Time with Mr. Limada. Very welcome to everybody. And yes, we are reading Beauty by Deborah Underwood and illustrations by Meg Hunt. Yes, it's the same team that brought you Interstellar Cinderella. So I hope you're excited for another intergalactic travel adventure. Yes, do join in for that one. Good morning to you. Please get your hot chocolate, get your cold drink, get settled, and yes, get ready for story time. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do let us know where you're joining us from, and of course, who is joining in with you. And if you're joining in alone, it is still fine. You are very welcome to join in and enjoy a good story. Yes, and today's is brought to you by Deborah Underwood and illustrations by Meg Hunt. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're having yourselves a lovely day wherever you are, and hopefully you had a good day too. If it's evening for you, have a good night. Enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining in. Desmond and Gilroy, how are you doing today? And good morning to you. Good morning to you, Jess. Thank you so much for joining us. Rocco, Clay, and Chriselle out in LBC. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much. Glad you could join us this morning. Good morning to you. Yes, hope you're having yourself a lovely start to the day. Thank you so much. Harmony Beth, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you. Naima, how are you doing today? Good morning to you, Dominique. Good morning to you, Nia. And of course, good morning to you, Cairo. How are you doing? Yes, good morning. Lacey, how are you doing today? Good to see you. And good morning to you, Veronica, right here in Auckland. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. Miss Veda, how are you? Good to see you. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Thank you so much. Right here in Auckland. Yes, thank you, Lacey. Enjoying. I love that you're here. Good morning to you, Dr. Korb. How are you doing? And so glad. Thank you for having me in your class yesterday. That was amazing. Thank you so much. And good to see you. Love you right back, Dr. Korb. Thank you so much. And good morning to you, Tudor and Madalena, joining us from SF. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us. Andrea Marks, good to see you back. Yes, and Leona, how are you doing? You're saying it's a little overcast in SF. Hopefully it all goes away. It is nice and bright out here in Auckland, so that should be spreading your way as well. Wow, I might get into this weather thing. Good morning to you, Leona, and good morning to you, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining us. Julia Kasukusa, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Vundu, and of course, good morning to you, Big Sister Noctula. How are you doing? Emily, how are you doing? And of course, the latest addition, Nakai, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Oh, wow. Good to have the team here. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, out in Baltimore. Thank you so much. Jeremy Wolf, how are you doing, my brother? Good to see you. East Bay in the house. Yes, thank you so much, Jeremy. Good to see you, my brother. Glad you are here. Thank you. Good morning to you, Ellen in Chicago. Thank you so much. You're saying partly sunny and mild temperatures out there. Oh, sounds great, actually. Good to see you, Ellen, as always. I hope you're ready for today's story, Reading Beauty. Yes. And good morning to you one more time, Veronica. Sandra Chizoma Ezioma, how are you doing today out in Denmark? Good morning to you. All right. So we are going to get started now with our story, Reading Beauty by Deborah Underwood and illustrated by Meg Hunt. And of course, this book is being read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Good morning to you. Once upon a planetoid surrounded by book lovers, a princess, Lex, read morning, noon, and night beneath her covers. Lex's bedroom brimmed with books. She read them at top speed. She even trained her puppy, Prince, to fetch her things to read. But on her 15th birthday, Lex awoke. Her books were gone. Oh no, what had happened? She raced to find her parents. Make them stop! What's going on? They answered with a story. Long ago, when you were small, we held a celebration and invited one and all. But while the guests were toasting you, we heard a muffled shout. A fairy burst in, furious that she had been left out. How could you not invite me? I must say I'm rather miffed. But wait, we did. Be quiet. Let me give your Lex a gift. Like all you wretched readers, Lex will live for reading. But when she's 15, she will flip a page and get a paper cut. The paper cut will bring a curse. A deathlike sleep will take her. She will stay that way forever. Only true love's kiss will awake her. That's why we hid the books away, her mother said, dejected. For any book could cut you, and you need to be protected. Without its books, their world grew bleak, consumed by dark and gloom. Lex watched the shadows spreading from the windows in her room. It's all my fault, she said to Prince. I can't let things get worse. I will fly to find the fairy. Then I will make her break the curse. Will she be able? Prince's nose picked up a scent. Good dog. Those books, I need them. We will bring a bot to pack them up and hold them while I read them. Lex started off with how to fly, then how to find a fairy. And stories gave her courage, and when the trip got rough, and scary. Meanwhile, in her fairy lair, the fairy shrieked, "It's Lex! She won't get me. I will stop her with the thorny hedges hex." A wall of thorns around her home? Nice try, but she can't hide. A garden hook helped Lex cook up a homemade herbicide. The hedge dissolved to shriveled bits, so Lex and Prince could land. The fairy said, "That girl is doomed. I have something specially planned for her." I will tempt her with the thing she loves the most, a gorgeous poisoned book entitled How to Lift a Curse. She will have to take a look. The fairy listened through the door. No sounds. She must be dead, she thought to herself. The fairy inched near sleeping Lex to check her now closed eyes. But Lex sprung up and grabbed her wand and said, "Hello, surprise! I got quite good at faking sleep when I was just a kid, so I could read past my bedtime. Now, about that curse you did." The curse will last forever. You will never change my mind. Then Prince nudged Lex's leg and barked. Lex looked. What did you find? And she'd found it. You are invited to the royal ball to celebrate the birth of Princess Lex. The invitation. You were invited to my ball. We thought this didn't reach you. Wait, can it be that you can't read? Don't worry, I will teach you. Me? Read? In her excitement, the poor fairy didn't think. She touched the book, she turned ghost white and crumpled in a blink. The fairy cursed herself, cried Lex. We need to help her, quick! Prince ran up and gave the fairy's face a sloppy lick. The fairy slowly came to life. What happened? I am not dead. Oh, Prince loves everyone, Lex shrugged. She smiled and scratched his head. So Lex came home, the books came back, and the land was filled with laughter. The fairy found a job, and all read happily ever after. The end. Oh, that was a good one. Thank you so much to you, Deborah Underwood, and of course, Meg Hunt for those wonderful illustrations. Yes, if you love that book, yes, do find yourself where you can get that copy in the description below. Thank you so much to Chronicle Books for letting us read that book. And of course to Deborah Underwood for sharing this book with us. Thank you so much. And to everybody that joined in, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And good to see everybody out there. Thank you so much as always. This was definitely a heartwarming story. And who doesn't love a good ending, right? That was an amazing ending to a good story. But remember that we are back, and tomorrow is Friday. We are back for Tiny T-Rex and the Very Dark Night. Find out what that one is all about. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Let's see who else has joined us this morning. Penelope Evanson, thank you so much for joining in one more time. Lacey, thank you so much. Thank you, much appreciated. Yes, and from Sunnyvale, as always, Jayada Santago and baby Marco, love you. Thank you so much for joining us, and always appreciate having you here. Olive oil right here in Auckland. I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you so much for joining in this morning. Good morning to you, Katie, as well. Yes, and Ella and Lily in Auckland, how are you doing today? And good morning to you, Song. How are you? Good morning to you, Miss Samia. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, from Albany, California. Thank you so much, and glad you are here. And yay for free, police-free Auckland schools. Thank you so much, Miss Samia. Jonas Kunda, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed that story. Yes. Ellen Edwards, I totally agree with you. It is a good one. Life is better indeed with books. Yes, as we can see. Absolutely. We all have a good story. Thank you so much. Terim Sonda, thank you so much for joining, my brother. Zayana Steele, thank you for joining us. Truvesta, thank you for joining in with Zayana today. Absolutely love it. Great to see everybody out there. Carlos Eva, I hope you enjoyed that book and you're joining in with Juliet. Please do let us know where you joined us from. Thank you so much for joining in. And as usual from me, we'll be back tomorrow when we come back and read Tiny T-Rex and the Very Dark Night. Yes, do join us for that one. But I hope today you enjoyed reading Beauty. Yes, a very good twist to that famous story. Thank you so much for joining us. Much love from me as always. And I will see you back here tomorrow. But of course, do join Storytime on all the different platforms. YouTube, right here on Facebook, and of course our Instagram page. Thank you so much. Be safe, and of course do give a hug to all your loved ones. Thank you so much for joining us. Mono and Whiteson Chavula, thank you one more time. Maya and Raven, thank you for joining us. I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.